end of the day, transportation changes. So this may seem somewhat easy when you're calling in and saying, my child is now a car rider, they were a bus rider. I know when you're doing that, it seems like it's a simple process, but know that it does cause a lot of issues at school, especially the closer that call is made to the end of the day. Um, Kind of remember your child's leaving the house in the morning thinking, whatever, I'm a bus rider, or thinking grandma's picking me up, or whatever their plan is. That's what they're leaving the house assuming is going to happen. And when something changes in a child's life somewhat abruptly, a lot of them struggle with that. So it is an issue at times with students who will get a phone call that, my son's now a car rider, and we tell the child you're a car rider, and then they go to the bus because they were originally a bus rider. Even though they know it, they just sort of are creatures of habit and they go to where they're usually going. So we ask that end of the day transportation changes are done only in a necessary and an emergency time. Especially this year, it's going to be more difficult to get messages to students. We can't just call them up and tell them. So we have to go out and physically walk to their classroom and tell them that change. So again, please do it if it's a necessary component, but it's easier on the child if you just keep their transportation as predictable as possible. So when you have to make a transportation change, you need to make sure you call the office no later than 1 o'clock. If you call after 1 o'clock, we will not be delivering that message to the child this year. So make them by 1 o'clock. Call the office. Dana or Angie will take that call. You will notify them what the change is. So please make sure you tell them, my child was supposed to be a car rider, and now they are a bus rider, whatever that may be. It's also important to note that if you have multiple children, please let the office know which children this change impacts. Sometimes all of your children's transportation is changing, and sometimes it's just one. So if you have 4 kids and you call and say, hey, John's now going to be a car rider. He was supposed to be a bus rider. My other children are bus riders still, or everyone's now going to be a car rider. Please make sure you articulate that. Because again, the kids don't know what's happening. So it's important that we know what's going to be happening for everybody so that we can reassure your other children what that plan is. And then the final note on transportation is just a reminder that this year, children cannot ride the bus home with a friend. So the bus company is only allowing students to ride to their own homes. They can't bring friends with them. So know that for after school play dates and things, if you are having a play date, you're gonna have to drive kids to your home or to their play dates versus riding the bus. Any questions on transportation, please give us a call. Thanks.